This week, as we study traditional literature, I'd like to share this anthology of folk tales and legends from around the world. This is a text that I purchased for my children when we were living in Qatar a couple of years ago, because we were surrounded by people from all over the world, even though it was just this tiny little peninsula in the Middle East. And we thought this would be a fun way to celebrate some of those different cultures and get to know some of the background, some of the things that drove that culture, those different cultures. It helped us become more globally minded and intentionally celebrate these things. This week, as you study about traditional literature, you'll learn about the differences between folk tales and legends and myths and let's see, what's the last one? Sorry, fables. And you'll also read a little bit about why traditional literature is important to study. Excuse me. And if you are interested in purchasing or pursuing some sort of anthology of traditional literature, I'd highly recommend this particular text, because not only does it have beautiful illustrations, but the way that it's organized is really fun, because it's broken down by month, and you'll have certain legends and folk tales in each month, depending on a particular holiday that is associated with that culture and when it falls in the calendar year. So we bought this. I think we got it for our children for Christmas one year, and it was so much fun. They loved, and they always wanted to skip forward, and they were worried that, oh, we can't read an April story when it's February, but they've really enjoyed it. The thing that I mentioned just a moment ago is that I love how much variety there is. There are examples of different types of folk tales here. You have things like a pourquoi folk tale, like, let's see, where is one? Why the Evergreens Keep Their Leaves. And you have an example of a myth, like Jonah and the Whale. We have here's how the Pine Tree Chief got his name, another pourquoi story. And then you have lots of just traditional folk tales that were told with the intention of teaching morality to children. So anyhow, I just wanted to provide this as an example of a fabulous anthology. You will see an example of this text in this week's lesson. It mentions east of the sun and west of the moon. It's kind of fun. And I did want to say, as an adult, when I read these to my children, I often find that they're just really bizarre, and they don't really seem to follow the type of narrative arc that I'm used to. And I'll often think, wow, that ended abruptly, or I wonder why that sequence was chosen. And it's just given me a lot of food for thought when considering nuances in linguistics and how translations work, and even how over time we've become much less mystic and much more scientific. So since many of these have unrealistic elements in them, it's just hard for us to swallow, I think. And maybe I should just speak for myself. They really are quite fun if you can get beyond some of the random elements in them. So see, you even have Greek myths in here, like Persephone. So there we are.